Chris Avina with American Outdoor News. I'm here with my friend Jennifer Dums, the owner and CEO of Provider Outdoors. Jen, thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome. I'm just happy to be here. Thank you.
You know, it's really exhausting keeping up with you. You are always on the move. How is that possible?
Uh, that is a question I get a lot. I am always on the move. Thankfully, I have a lot of support from my job and my husband who supports my adventures all over the place.
So when you're off on your hunting trips and shows and whatnot, do you come home to like beer cans and pizza boxes all over the place?
No, 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 it's pretty controlled chaos. No, he does a good job.
So tell me about Provider Outdoors. How did it start and what is your market?
Sure, sure. So, the actual logo for Provider started several years ago as a part of another company. So another person had designed it and was using it in their merchandise and decided to split and go in a different direction. And actually, Kirsty Pike is the one who took over and started Provider. You and I have that in common. We've both been on Kirsty's podcast.
Which is always an experience.
Yes. And so she started this company and I took it over last October, November-ish. And Provider, the entire, the meaning behind it. So it's hunt, fish, forage, garden, and ranch provide. And it's basically a huge network of support for women who are doing this, living this lifestyle, providing for themselves, providing for their families, teaching the next generation. And so we have this amazing shop full of really cool merchandise that people can use and wear to show their pride and show their provider pride that they are doing that out there for themselves. So they're out there hunting, they're out there fishing, they're having their own gardens, they have their own ranches, they're providing for their families. So it's been a really fun journey.
So is Provider geared primarily towards women in the outdoors, or is it everybody in the outdoors?
Yes, women, and some. I do have some youth items as well, but it's mostly for women, just for women empowerment, women inspiration, just to have that network of support for each other.
Well, it is a growing demographic. You're starting to see more and more women who are more than proficient in hunting and stalking and just their outdoor skills in general. I found that they're more willing to learn, where a guy will have an ego. You'll sit there and soak everything in and do it better than us.
Yeah, it's actually great that you mentioned that because that is so true. It's a very large growing demographic. When I was younger, there was very few numbers of women to look up to. And now there's so many, and you are right about the learning process. I have hunted with so many women and they are just so eager to hear whatever you have to say and soak it all in and listen and make adjustments in the field and listen to that constructive, you should maybe do something like this versus this way. Whereas you are right. If you tell a guy that who's been hunting, that's not going to go over very well, usually.
Well, I found that hunting is always a ever learning process. There's always something new to learn. And me personally, I don't care who I learn it from. I'll take tips from you. I'll take tips from my friends.
Yeah.
We're all out there doing the same thing.
Same. Right. And it is all about support. And it's another one of the main reasons I love Providers, because we support each other. And social media has so many ups and downs and pros and cons. And I've seen so many hunters bash each other over the years for whatever reason. And it's not necessary. We're all on the same team. We all have the same thoughts and goals and enjoy the same hobbies. So we need to support each other.
Yeah, I never really understood that, why,
Hmm.
hunters are our own worst enemy. Bow hunters don't like crossbow hunters. Crossbow hunters don't like
Right.
rifle hunters. Why?
Right.
I'll hunt with a
Why?
slingshot if I could. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
I hunt with everything. I don't discriminate.
it's another season. It
Yeah.
extends. You have bow season,
Yeah.
then you have crossbow season, you have muzzleloader season.
Yeah.
It's just another tool of the trade to master.
Exactly. It's just another way to keep going and get out there more. Don't limit yourself and don't pigeonhole. I love to explore anything new or new ways, new methods, new anything. Just it makes you a better hunter. It makes you more well-rounded. Um, I being a little closed-minded and judging other people is it doesn't make sense to me either. I don't get it.
Well, there's strength in numbers.
Yeah.
There are millions of us out there. We just need to learn to unite and fight for the common good because,
True.
we do have diminishing numbers, and,
Hmm.
the antis have their narrative and they're
Yeah.
steadfast on it, and we're not.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. They push a lot harder than we know it.
You know, I've been in a lot of different hunting camps, as I'm sure you have.
Hmm.
How does it differ from being in a hunting camp with friends and family to being in an all women's hunting camp?
Um, for me, the experience hasn't been very different. I'm, I guess I'm lucky that I've had so much support and the people around me are very supportive. But what I will tell you is different that I've heard from several people is it all comes down to the same thing. Women cheer each other on a lot more. We're a lot happier for each other if they're successful and we're not, which is not something that happens a lot in um, mixed camps or other camps. We're out there. So for example, I just hosted my seventh annual Minnesota pheasant hunt for ladies, and I had probably half of the 20 women there were very new to hunting. Some of them had never shot a pheasant at all. And, the ones that were able to connect that day, I mean, the entire group was supportive and happy and cheering and yelling and congratulating and hugging and getting pictures. And, we are so excited for them to shoot something that I don't care if I shoot anything. I've done this before. And that's not how it is a lot of times in other camps. It's all about who's got the biggest, the best, and it's a competition. And
Hmm.
with women, it really isn't. In, it sounds, I've heard from a lot of people that like, it can't be that way. You're making it sound so great and it can't be that, but it really is. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not, exaggerating one bit. Anybody who's been on a hunt with me will support this. We are so excited for you to get whatever it is that you're getting, and we're there for you. We're your biggest cheerleading squad. That's the big difference
You
in
know,
my experience.
I think you're right, because I've I'm somebody who, if somebody shoots a doe or a buck or a bear, I'm the first one to high five them, congratulate them, and
Yeah,
on a job well
yeah,
done. But you do
yeah.
see a lot of jealousy. You do see,
Hmm.
the snide remarks.
Hmm.
Oh, why'd you shoot that? It's my license
Yeah,
and my choice.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. I've seen the comments. I've seen them. It's not necessary. Yeah.
so that I guess that you see that as the big difference.
It is. It is a big difference. We as small women's groups that get together, there is none of that. It's all about being happy for somebody if they're happy.
Well, I saw your pheasant hunt. You posted a ton of pictures, and it looked
Yeah,
like everybody was having an amazing time, and it was a
I
packed
think so.
house. How do you um, are they all from the same demographic, same area, or they come from all over the country to go to this?
Not all over the country. Mostly Wisconsin and Minnesota. I host one in both states each year, and I get kind of some crossover. but people have traveled 3-4 hours. But I get all kinds of age groups, all kinds of experience levels. It's so much fun. And the Minnesota hunt gets advertised through the DNR page on Minnesota. DNR is like our game and fish in Minnesota, for those of you who are out of the state. We have a bow program, the Becoming Outdoor Women program. So that gets some advertisement there. And so I usually get a lot of women who are trying to learn to hunt. And so it's fun for me too, because I see new people every year. They're brand new women that have not done this before. There's new people every year, and it's very rewarding. Go
No,
ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say I'm a part of the steering committee for the bow program, and so it's rewarding for me to see some of this come full circle. We're teaching classes throughout the year and doing some of these mentored hunts where we're taking them hunting, and then to see them show up at an actual hunt and be successful is really exciting.
Well, you're doing what everybody should do. We really should take the time to mentor a new hunter. And it don't have to be a kid. There's plenty of adults that are looking to get into hunting but never had the opportunity. So to bring anybody into the outdoors helps us.
Absolutely. And years ago, the whole bringing people into hunting was, I would say, more than 90% learning from a dad or a grandpa, and not everybody has that. And I think that's where we're seeing this influx of adult women, is because they didn't have that growing up. And so we're providing that for them.
So is there something that you haven't done yet that is on your bucket list? Because I see you everywhere. You're hunting, you're traveling, you just shot a pronghorn with your bow.
Yep.
How was that?
That was exhilarating. That was the quickest and most exciting hunt I've been on in a while. I was tagged out within 2.5 hours, and anybody who has ever hunted pronghorn with a bow knows that is an excruciating experience sometimes, because you can be sitting over a water hole for 14 hours a day in a hot 90-degree blind, or various other things. And so it can be really challenging. I think the last time I got one, it was literally the last hour of 3 days of 12, 14-hour sits. And so it can be really grueling. And so this is really kind of a completely different experience. It just happened to be the right conditions. It was near 100 degrees. It was dry, and they were coming into water, and I got a perfect 30-yard shot at 8 a.m. and I couldn't be happier.
All the stars aligned for you.
Yeah. And that really happens sometimes. And I think those things are just meant to happen. That was meant to be my pronghorn. I mean, that was the one I was meant to shoot, because it couldn't have come together any better. And my husband was lucky too. He got one on the second day. So we had just a really great trip.
Yeah, I know they are a very difficult animal to hunt. Their sight, their vision is laser focused. They'll see a flea move at 100 yards.
Yeah, you have to be very still. Yes.
So no, go ahead.
I was going to say, what's on my bucket list? I mean, I like to call it a life list, and everything, anything that I haven't done, I'm interested in pursuing. I haven't done some of the really large, big game. So, elk is on my list. So stuff like that.
Anything out of the country?
Yeah, absolutely. I have, plans and dreams to hunt, over in Europe. I really want to hunt over in Scotland and England, maybe Argentina, Australia. Those are kind of on my top list. I do have a prowess ladies hunt that I'm going on next year. So that's a whole year from next month. And we're going to go after moose in Newfoundland. So that will be my first out of country hunt, I believe. So
Wow.
I'm excited for that.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
I went bear hunting in Maine, and I didn't see one bear the whole trip.
Oh no.
I did see 3 moose.
Oh.
But I didn't have a moose tag. So
Of course.
But it was a successful trip. I came home with a cooler full of lobster, so nothing's a bad thing coming home with a cooler full of lobster.
No, that's not a bad thing at all. No. We have lots of nice black bears here in Wisconsin, but our point system is a little crazy. In my unit, you have to have about 9 or 10 points to draw. So
wow.
It's going to be a little while for me to get my second bear. I got one in 2018, but I think I'll have to do what you did. And I think I'm going to have to just go and travel and look for a bear somewhere else, because I know that there's a lot of more opportunities than just here. So
we have plenty of bear in New York. I'm going bear hunting next week. In my old hunting camp, we took plenty of bear off that property. I got my first bear with a bow on that property, and going up to the Adirondack on next Thursday.
Fun.
So I'm looking to tag a big one.
I'm looking forward to following that. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with up there.
Me too.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah, you've been bear hunting, right?
Yes, in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm.
They just show up. You don't hear them coming.
Nope.
You just nope. You look at your phone, or you tie your shoe and you look up and there they are. But the size of them, they are incredibly quiet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they definitely can be. That happened to me when I was hunting. I think I looked towards one side and then I looked back and there's a mother and 2 cubs. I'm like, where did you even come from?
That's
crazy
great to watch, though, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the fun part about it, is being able to watch some of that, see the little ones and just be outdoors and be watching wildlife. Like, it's definitely the highlight of, it's just as important and just as fun as tagging.
Yeah, it was. In fact, I was sitting in my stand and I saw 2 cubs and a sow coming down the hill, and they were literally 20 feet below me. They were right under my stand. They're walking around, they're feeding, they're doing their thing. And I'm taking pictures for about 20 minutes, and all of a sudden the sow barks at the cubs and they bolt. I'm like, oh, there must be a big bear coming in. So I grabbed my bow, and sure enough, a big bear comes in, a bigger sow with 2 cubs. I'm like, damn.
Wow. And they can be pretty big.
They were typical Southern Zone New York bears, 200 plus, not huge, but big bears.
Yeah.
If they didn't have cubs, I probably would have shot, but you got to be ethical as well.
Yep. Those ones have to walk.
They'll be there next year.
That's right.
So you were on the Proas team as well.
Correct. Yes. I'm the Wisconsin and Minnesota state coordinator for Proas. I've been with Proas for I think a little over 8 years, maybe. Yeah, a little over 8 years, 8.5. And then I am also the Shields representative for Proas. So technically, I'm employed by Proas to help and assist with Shields orders and store level training things. And it's been a really fun ride too. I've gotten to visit several stores across the country and help with some store openings. And the Shields team is amazing. If anybody has not visited a Shields near them, that's a really cool store to go to. It's kind of an all-inclusive outdoors sporting goods store. I know that they're not everywhere across the country, but they're opening more every year. So hopefully if you don't have one, you'll get one soon.
We don't have anything by me.
Nothing like that, huh?
No, we had Field and Stream, and they came for the Liberals, and they closed up. So I have to drive an hour to get to the nearest Bass Pro.
Bass Pro, okay, yep. Bass Pro Cabela's is pretty popular. Shields, I prefer it, not just because I work with them, but after being in a Shield store and seeing what they have to offer, I would prefer it over a Bass Pro now. Now that we have options. So.
Well, hopefully I'll have an option soon. So.
I hope so. I hope so. See if we can get some on the East Coast.
Well, Long Island is, believe it or not, has tremendous deer. We have Boone and Crockett deer on Long Island.
Yeah.
It is the only North American landmass without coyote. So
wow.
the deer get old and they get big. And we do have, bow hunting communities, but there are so many deer. They even extended it to the end of January, the hunting season, and it's still not enough. They're all over the place.
Seems like a really good opportunity.
Well, I was thinking of opening an outfitter here.
Yeah. Seems like you might do well on that. The few predators, and that's one of our main issues in Wisconsin is predators. I live in very far north, and we're very inundated with wolves. So, and they're protected.
Congressman Tom Tiffany and Lauren Boebert just passed legislation to take them off the endangered species list. So
I hope. Fingers crossed.
The next step is to get a season for them because, they're banging out, 2 litters a year?
Yeah, for sure. And it's at least double the population that they wanted for a healthy pack, and it's been detrimental, and they're definitely not in need of any protection at this point. And so let's just keep our fingers crossed that goes through so that they can be managed just like every other species we manage.
Well, they are the apex predator, and they are decimating deer and elk herds, and local farmers. They're sheep, they're cattle. They're affecting people's livelihoods, their pets. So they need to be managed.
They do. And people, think that we just, people who are very far on the other side think that we just want to kill things, and that's not it at all. Everything needs to be managed. Everything needs to have a certain place in the ecosystem and in the hierarchy. And when something becomes too much, it definitely trickles down into so many different things, and they don't understand that.
Well, here's something that the left turns a blind eye to. The wolf is not just an apex predator, and they don't just hunt to eat. They kill for sport. And nobody wants to believe that, but they do.
Right.
So,
Right. They're not like most hunters. They don't eat everything they kill. They don't. They're not sustaining on one thing or something like that. They do go out for blood.
Yeah, and you'll see them in their group. They'll be high-fiving each other.
Yeah, kind of.
But all right, I definitely appreciate you taking the time to speak to us today.
Yeah, thank you.
So where can we find you?
So Provider Outdoors we have a website, a Facebook and Instagram. And then if you want to follow me, I also have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm kind of everywhere. If you just search for my name, you'll find me. And I always say this, if I'm ever speaking in public at all, I always encourage women, to watch for events anywhere near you or near me and reach out, and I can always help you find something that's close to you or find and connect you with somebody in your area. So feel free. I kind of say my door is open, knock and I'll help you.
Well, that's always good to know. And, any women that are interested in getting into the outdoors, or they might have a little interest in hunting, they should reach out to you, or, some of the other mentors in the industry that are willing to help.
Right. We have a really great network in PROIS. We have like these state coordinators, so I can get you connected with somebody in your state and they can kind of trickle down there and find whatever program might be best for you. So feel free to reach out.
They could be indoctrinated into the PROIS cults.
Maybe. It's not necessary, but it's always fun if you are. We are kind of a crazy, fun group of ladies, so it wouldn't be a bad one to join.
I've been friends with them for over a decade, and I can attest to it. They are a fun group.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time, and we look forward to whatever you have coming next, because people never know what to expect on your page.
Nope. There's always going to be something fun.
All right. Thanks again.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right.